Sweet. Live, 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 live. We're live.
We're live. Very good.
Live in full effect.
Sorry about that. Actually. I know you all enjoyed the Sean channel. Thank you for subscribing. That was actually a test. You all enjoyed the who's got the echo?
Me.
Not me.
Done.
Okay, good. Right.
Good.
So yeah, the winners are the people that just subscribe to the Sean channel. Thank you. We'll see you next week.
All 5 of you.
Exactly. There's 50 prizes. They got 10 each.
That's a joke, by the way. That's a joke.
That is a joke, people. In all seriousness, we obviously want to reward the people that are engaging on the videos, on Twitter and in Discord. So we will get to our winners very shortly. But first, Mr. Ethereum, Stefano. The day has finally arrived, the London hard fork. So as Leanne asked me yesterday to describe it to her like she was a 5-year-old, if you could describe it to us all like we're 12.
Okay, so when a man and a woman are in love, no, so here's what's happening with the London hard fork. There is a bunch of stuff that has been thrown in, but the main thing that everybody's interested in is the EIP 1559. And in super simple, it means that when you are using the Ethereum blockchain, you are paying a fee. That's the reason why when you're transferring like some of your favorite tokens, there is always like that problem of being like, but it doesn't work. And you're like, why it doesn't work? And the people that you're trying to send the token ask you, but do you have Ethereum? And you're like, no. Well, that's basically like the reason behind, because every single time that you're using the network, you're paying a little bit to the miners, and the miners are basically like taking that fee that you're paying to 1, keep the network secure, and 2, validate your specific transaction. Now, with 1559, this little fee that you're sending normally to the miners is now divided. We can say something like that. And a big portion of that fee is destroyed forever. It's burned. Imagine that you have like a piece of paper and you burn that completely. And a tiny little part of that is still being sent to the miners. Now, what does this mean? It means that for the first time ever, you can actually remove from the circulation a token that it's worth a lot of money. And this is the first time in a blockchain that something like that happens, basically like with the mechanisms like that and an update that has been done like that. So why is this important? Because in theory, not there, but in theory, we should get to the point on which the supply, the total supply of Ethereum in circulation would decrease every single year. We're not there yet, but you know, we're gonna get to that point. So in theory, that it's all translating to the fact that the more time pass year after year, less Ether is gonna be in circulation, and therefore, because of simple rules of demand and supply, this should drive the price, because demand would actually like either stay the same or increase, supply will decrease, and therefore prices should actually be increases in the long run. That's why so many people are super excited about that.
So to what degree do you think Ethereum could potentially be considered a deflationary asset, and institutions start looking at purchasing it for the same reason that they're investing in Bitcoin, a store of value?
I think obviously they're two very different things.
But could Ethereum, once it does become a deflationary asset with a fixed supply, be viewed by institutions the same way they view Bitcoin? They are two very different things. But
I think that it's going to be viewed more as a bond, if I'm actually like looking at the traditional market, because it's going to be like a bond that, you know, it's kind of like good as appreciation type, like not too crazy, but that like slowly might increase over time. And then like with the 2.0, you're actually having that the dividend, basically that yield that is generated. So you're gonna have like an asset that over time is reducing in supply, and it's actually issuing a constant yield that might change from year to year. But you know, that's something that like I think is very, very different from a value proposition of Bitcoin. Bitcoin is following that strategy of like, you know, gold. Why would you buy in gold? Because it's a store of value. Because when there is like crisis around the world, when there is like difficult moments and, you know, crises and wars and all of that stuff, the store of values are always like the things that outperform anything else in the market. Ethereum, to me, with now that it's starting like burning and being deflationary, takes a completely different approach. That's also the reason why there is like the meme going out that, you know, Bitcoin is sound money and Ethereum is ultra sound money, because exactly of like these extra things that the Bitcoin is obviously not capable of doing right now, and most likely will never achieve.
So the modeling they
Deflationary.
did.
It's deflationary, Bitcoin. Everybody keeps losing their keys.
Yeah, well, it was actually one of the most deflationary assets in the world when you look at it like that.
It's like retardedly deflationary.
Some estimates are about 25%. Have you guys ever lost any Bitcoin?
Yeah,
Really?
not for the keys, but from being hacked on exchanges and stuff like that. Not me, not my account, but the entire exchange being hacked.
Which one was that?
There are so many. Are you kidding me?
You've been hacked more than once, or well,
Yeah,
been the victim of the hack?
So there was Empty Gox, obviously. That was number one. There was like the one from New Zealand,
Cryptopia. I got that one.
That one. Then there was like one from.
I apologize on behalf of New Zealand crypto exchanges.
I want my money back. And then there was the one from, I think it was like Eastern Europe, like liquid, something like that.
Liquid was Japanese.
Oh, okay. Well, then that one. Yeah, these are the three that I can remember, basically.
Okay.
So, yeah, so many.
So obviously, we, as I always do, I've got a couple of Axie teams to give away today. And on our last show, we asked you to send in a little video saying, I love hard forking. And we're off to the races. We got one. That was from Lady Grace. We absolutely love that, Lady Grace. So I have a team for you. That should be ready in the next couple of days. So I think if you hit me up in Discord, I'll get that arranged for you. The other person that I wanted to give an Axie scholarship to is Wilfred. Wilfred, number one. So Wilfred and Lady Grace. I see Lady Grace in the chat. So yeah, hit me up in the Discord and I'll get those arranged for you. I'm actually, I should have a number of other teams ready in the next few days as well, for people as well. So if you miss out on the main NCG prizes today, people, don't worry. I really take, as you see, I reply to pretty much every single comment on YouTube. I look very closely at who's commenting on Twitter. So that's how I'm allocating my teams. Obviously, with the NCG amongst all of us, we'll make some decisions on the main winners there, but it is primarily around, as per the rules, being engaged on those videos and on the tweets. So that's coming up very soon. So stay with us for those people. 2P, I see you in the chat, and I think you're quite possibly the most engaged person in a short space of time we've had in the community. Can you let me know whether you have an Axie team or not in the notes, please? So, Jesse,
sorry, a few things because like there are quite a bit of questions. Alexis, do you think Ethereum miners will look for another crypto to focus on? Short term, I don't think so. Right now, they're almost cooperating, all of them, not 100%, but the vast majority is cooperating. Also, like the increase of the block size to 30. was done like fairly quickly. But if we're looking at like the merge that should happen like in the end of the year or like Q1, depends on the things, they're gonna be obliged in a matter of like 6 months to look somewhere else, because with POS you're not gonna be mining anymore. Does Ethereum suffer also inflation? Sandra, yes, it happens. Basically, like the deflationary mechanisms, as long as POS is not in place, is defined by a gas price of 165 way. So in reality, as long as POS is not in place, we can expect Ethereum to remain inflationary for quite a long time. Once POS is going to be in place, that's when things should actually change a little bit. But it's not like a set thing. It depends on like the gas price, basically. What else there was? There was another one. There was one about like the flippening. If I think that like it's Ethereum is going to flip BTC in the long run. And I think that like alone 1559 is not going to allow for the flippening to happening. But with POS, I say that ages ago already that I think that eventually Ethereum will flip BTC, simply because like the use cases are much bigger. If you're looking at the traditional world, gold is, if you're considering the normal listed data, gold is a 10 trillion market cap. And if you're looking at like the entire economical world in general, like we're looking at like quadrillions of dollars in terms of size and everything. BTC can't reach all of that. Ethereum can. So eventually at one point that should happen. That's it.
Okay, very good, very good.
So, you looking for George, Sean? George again?
He was in the no, different George.
Oh, no,
different
here
George.
we go. Oh no.
Is it another George?
How many Georges are there?
Why is Buffon there?
One of this person in Sean's chat said that Jesse looked like a buffoon.
A buffoon.
Yeah.
But it's not a buffoon. It's a
Buffon. Goalkeeper.
Oh, okay.
George Urban, good to see you again.
Hey, Buffon has been the greatest goalkeeper of an entire year. I don't know.
Let me say this: the world is completely unlike we know from a year or two ago, but it's now got even more freaking bizarre that an Italian, a white guy, is the fastest man on the planet. The hell is going on?
What do you want me to say? We're showing slaps to the world, Italians and Italy, as to 2021, and be like, you know what? Enough is enough. Now we're giving slaps to the entire world. We're taking the Euro pop song thing, because why not? We're taking the Euro Cup of football. Now we're taking fastest man, highest jump, and we're one medal away from like all-time high in medal at the Olympics.
Biggest heads. See, look, your head's so big it doesn't even fit in the screen.
Yeah, of course.
Well, Stefano, you actually you actually had a national title, didn't you, in a sport? Yeah. Can you tell us about that?
Chess.
Elaborate.
Being a professional. So when I was younger, I played chess as a professional level for 14 years, something like that.
What age did you go pro?
When I was very, very young, like at 10, 11, something like that.
Whoa.
And I liked that a lot. And I got a national title. I got a second place as well. And I was professional. That means like practicing like 6-8 hours every single day, studying things nonstop, and all those type of things. Problem is that you don't eat with chess.
Yeah, no kidding.
What?
You don't eat.
You don't eat.
Being pro chess player just means you make what, $10 an hour?
So to win a national championship, to give you an idea, you bring home like $5,000 in a year. Like So it's now I think that like, because if we adjust for inflation and everything, I think that now prices are going to be like a little bit bigger. But back in the days, it was really not something that you don't like have a career as only a chess player. Like you need to do like tournaments every single week or every single month. Normally, like you teach as well. You're being like a teacher. There are like so many things together that you need to do, and it's very tough because you go to 2 or 3 tournaments every single month, and you pay to sign up. So the sign up process might be like $200, $300, $500, and then you have like the accommodation because you're staying away. Obviously, you're being like in another city and stuff like that. And then it's a competition, so it's not sure that you're gonna win. So no, it's as a career, it's like it's the worst possible choice ever.
Should have signed up for online chess.
I do play sometimes on Twitch. I stopped many years ago. It's probably like 12 years at this point that I'm not like professional anymore. So I'm obviously like super rusty and everything, but I do play from time to time online because it's still a game that I love, that is super fun, obviously. But yeah, not a career advice on this. Don't be a professional chess player.
To answer Caillou,
Yes.
she asked what sports the rest of us play. Man, I stopped playing sports. Damn it! I play a little bit of I play a little Dota 2, Defense of the
Not
Ancients.
bad. Not bad.
I like that, but it's not quite a sport, is it? But it's got its own chess-like attributes.
I know Mr. Gonzo is a basketballer. That's your
And
thing.
football. I just started playing football since I moved to Asia.
Football is really fun. I wish I
Just-
played that more.
An excuse to run around and sweat because it's so goddamn hot here. There was another question in there that kind of ties all of this together, and what even Stefano was talking about with chess. He, obviously a good chess player and a good Axie player. I've heard Axie compared to chess, and it kind of is, except for the fact, no, instead of like every part is the difference in the powers, right? So there's more combinations and there's more options, right? Like it is like what part does what, how can this guy move and how can that guy move, and countering, and there's a whole bunch of different layers of playing it, right?
I
And I'm
mean,
not saying it's like exactly like chess, but there's levels to it like that.
don't take me wrong, but like I think it's like comparing me running 100 meters versus Usain Bolt running 100 meters. Like, yeah, we're both running, but I wouldn't compare the two things
Okay.
together. With all the
And
respect for Axie.
the other tie-in here was there was a question in the chat about inflation of SLP on Axie.
Oh,
And
did you
this-
see what Gio said?
Yes, that's why I wanted to talk about this and tie it all together. Axie, chess, gas, inflation. Okay, so here I can share screen here. There's a couple tweets by Gio kind of talking about this, and it's a
And
concern.
there are hundreds of comments
I
of
didn't get
people
into the-
really reacting well.
Yeah. So, I can see both sides, but Gio's talking about we need to lower PvE rewards to increase PvP rewards, which means less rewards for adventure, more rewards for arena. Get SLP supply back to a balance with minting, make PvP more fun and rewarding, faster matches at your skill level with higher stakes per battle. I totally agree with that. If you only the best guys can make the most, right? So if you have brackets where, within that bracket you can earn more or less, that's cool. Hurt bots is there in PvP, and which is totally cool. Like, because there's videos out there of people showing everybody how to farm like one level. You just, if you can do that as a person, you can program a bot to do that. And we're seeing that if you look at the chart, when they tweak the energy system to allow more SLP farming, the price has gone down since then. Like, we're under 20 cents now, and that's from the sell pressure from all these bots and the tweak to the energy system that they had. So deflation is bad, like inflation is bad, and that's exactly what's happening, right? So now the inflation is outpacing the deflation of the breeding costs. And then, so the next tweet on this, Jiho was talking about
When's he coming on the channel next?
Wednesday
Next
next. We need to make an invite and send it out for everybody.
This coming Wednesday.
2 weeks from when we said
2
last
weeks.
time, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So, long term, we may need more resources of demand for access would drive more demand for SLP. Axie is used for crafting to upgrade parts. So this is all stuff that, you know, they've thought about, but it's not implemented yet. So obviously there's more use cases for SLP instead of just farming and selling. You're going to need it to make your Axies better, to sell other stuff, trade, right? So there's, you know, they knew this is coming, and what's happened now is they tweaked it and it's gone a little bit the wrong way. So now it's causing the SLP price to go down. So, you know, like Stefano said, check out the comments. There's lots of stuff in there about that. And then also to do with our deflation is we've got the burn leaderboard here. There's one dude here, or what is this, 526 ETH? What is that? One minter? Some guy minting a bunch of NFTs.
I was minting some NFTs. You know,
Yeah. Yeah. Stefano's doing a generative art installation program. So he decided to pump his bags by burning a bunch of ETH. So we got OpenSea, Uniswap, and then Axie Infinity, the Ronin Bridge. That's crazy that the Ronin Bridge is burning that much ETH back and forth. That's insane. Not even the marketplace, just the bridge.
So much money, I know.
Yeah, they're almost breaking $1 billion there. So that's you know, deflation, Axie SLP. Interesting things happening. So, you know, you guys, you can sell when you sell red, buy green, but then you're going to be poor forever. So, you know, I don't know, don't sell your SLP profits when it's deep red. That's just an idea, you know. So if they tweaked it this way and it's gone, well, if they've tweaked it this way and it's gone down, it's in everybody's interest to tweak it the other way so it goes back up, right? So, you know, whatever the decision is and how they figure it out, they want everybody to have a more profitable coin. So, I mean, if you're not hurting and you don't need to pay some bills tomorrow, and then I wouldn't be selling my SLP right now.
Mm-hmm. So Jesse, you had a bit of a win on your ape this week.
Let's hear what Stefano has to say about that for a second, Jesse. Yeah, is that okay?
Yeah, sure.
I still like a lot of those comments because like I was obviously like looking for the juicy comments and be like, how many people are actually upset as hell about this? And there were some people that I think that nailed the spot perfectly because they were like, it's impossible to think that like changing something like that is gonna be a long-term type of fix because obviously like, you know, now it's like that, then again. And Axie is famous for changing things and, you know, changing structure and making sure that like you're always like not relaxed and always living like on the back of your mind that a little bit of like, you know, damn it. But some people actually I think nailed that and were like, why don't you simply develop something that gives more utility for SLP? And there were like tons of people that were like starting pushing so many different ideas like costumes, like betting systems, like percentage of like using SLP, burning them and increasing like the percentage of receiving a specific part during the breeding. Like there were so many different ideas and I think that like,
yeah, I mean, of course, everybody's got their own opinion on how to do it, right? Like I wouldn't want the decision, right? Because there's so many mechanics in there with the breeding and the price of AXS and the price of SLP and the amount of new people coming in and every 2 weeks or whatever, you know, the big scholarship cashes out. Like it's a very difficult thing to figure out.
That's true. But there is one.
This is where AXS is supposed to come in, right? So I don't know. It seems like if it keeps going like this, where there's constantly things happening like weekly or bi-weekly, get AXS implemented as soon as possible so the community can start voting on it like it's supposed to, like the DAO, right? Like get that implemented sooner than later. So that
the only problem that I'm afraid on that is that I don't know if the community will have enough power actually to actually make that change in the rules and everything because
CZ's got a big stack.
Well, that's number one for sure. But even the team and everything, like tons of AXS now are like stuck in the treasury. So like you can't even use them and so on. So a part of me now is almost afraid that, you know, that's maybe not even going to fix things in the first place. And I wouldn't mind having like something that is not relating to, you know, the economy per se. It's still a game at the end of the day. You know, I'm stealing a page from my God Unchained, but on God Unchained, you have the option of like changing the background of your field when you're playing. It doesn't do anything whatsoever, but it's one of those like freemium mechanics where you pay and like your background is a little bit better. It's like customizable and so on. you know, having some like little stupid, pass me the term, but like really silly things that you can do with SLP, just like by spending them to customize a little bit your experience, I don't think that necessarily would be a bad thing. Not everything in a game needs to be about the earning, the money, the tokenomics, and so on. At the end of the day, we're there also to have fun, to just chill, you know, to relax a little bit. And I think that Axie has a little bit lost this part in an honest way. I don't think, I know that like, you know, Gio and a lot of content creators would tell you like, oh, it's super fun, it's super nice and everything. Truth is that I don't see the community really being focused on that, obviously because of all the money that you made by playing the game, on the breeding, on the scholarship. Like there is tons of money going on Axie. It would be nice to have like a little bit of like something else as well, to be honest.
Okay, somebody's asked, how does BTC change your life? I'll go first. Look, I think, you know, for me, BTC is the first time in human history we've had money you control. It's private money, can't be taken off you. And, you know, at the moment, I'm trying to figure out where on this planet I want to live. I think especially if we go down the route of central bank digital currencies, if economies get worse, I think owning Bitcoin literally gives you the ability to walk into another country with all your assets literally in your head. I think that's extremely powerful. It encourages savings, which I think is fantastic. I think for a lot of you watching and a lot of people that are new to crypto in the last year, and it was actually also the case back in the bull run of 2017, people very quickly get excited about everything else because the gains are so much bigger, and that's fine. But that is a risky game. I think BTC will always be here. I don't think it can be shut down. So as a life changer, I just simply like the fact that, as I say, for the first time, it's money you control. It's private money. Nobody can take it off you. That's very unique. So for me, that's how it's changed my life. It's that mindset of I don't have to rely on a government. I don't have to worry about how much money they're going to print, what monetary policy they're going to use. And if I do want to move somewhere else, I don't have to go through the very difficult process of trying to move my own money. Moving, you know, even $10,000, you have to explain where the hell that came from if you're moving that around. So you imagine if you were to move everything to another country with Bitcoin right now, that is very easy. Obviously, we're going to see a lot of regulation that will make that a little more difficult, but ultimately it will be up to the individual what they declare at the end of the day. So that's my answer on that one. I'm not quite sure what Stefano will say on BTC. I'm quite intrigued to hear.
It didn't.
How does it change your life, Stefano?
It didn't. BTC for me has done very little or nothing, to be honest.
But did you get into crypto because of Bitcoin, or did you just first buy Ethereum?
No. I actually like the first thing that I bought because BTC. This is funny because when I first look at BTC, it was like obviously when it was doing that run to $1,000. So it was already like on the 3 digits, on 100 and so on. And it was too expensive. I know it sounds crazy by now, but keep in mind that it were like completely different times and everything. And I think that the first thing that I bought was probably like Litecoin or something like that. I bought like a bunch of like random stuff, and
I bought XRP.
No. It was like I remember like the first ever thing that I've done was probably like a $50 that I invested in like this random stuff that were like 0.0000000 whatever, and it was like completely random. Vast majority of those things I don't even know what they were at this point. I don't know that if they still exist and so on. You know, the entire storyline and like what Sean has mentioned, like I agree with that, but to be honest, it didn't affect me. It doesn't even today. Like the fact that I control my own money, that I can bring my own money from one country to another, like I think I'm lucky enough from coming like from a country and living in a country that never had like a control on me. Like, you know, this
Stefano, I do agree with you. I hear exactly what you're saying. For guys like us, BTC maybe doesn't have the same relevance and use case for an Argentinian, a Venezuelan, especially people that are looking to get around, you know, the capital controls and leave the country. I mean, I was involved talking to Argentinian farmers a few years ago, helping them leave the country. And BTC was the way many of them did that. So it was more the fact that I just love that that opportunity is there. Yes, it's not something that is applicable to my life situation or yours. But it's more the fact that I just like that is there. I think to a large degree, it's why China's clamped down on it.
Fair enough. I totally agree on that. But that's the thing. Like, my life didn't change thanks to BTC. My life didn't change on that.
It's like a gateway drug, though. You know, like my life, I'm not
kind of
like,
led the way.
you know, but
I know
everybody
why.
gets into crypto through Bitcoin.
Since we've been doing the show together,
right? Like, it's like, look, you said you got in because of Bitcoin, right? You didn't actually buy it, but it was the same thing with me. I did the exact same thing. It was in 2018. There was that massive run up, or in 17, right? I remember being in a bar and this guy was coming in and using the Bitcoin bank machine. And we saw this guy like feed like thousands and thousands of dollars into the machine and then walked away. We're like, what the fuck? He just bought Bitcoin? What is he doing? And then a month or two later, I started checking it out, but I got into all the alts and all the other progressive stuff and the evolution of Bitcoin. But without Bitcoin, I wouldn't be in crypto, right?
Yeah, it's fair. I buy that. Like, if we want to like put it down in that way, and so like remove the personal level, then I agree. But obviously goes to BTC. Then it becomes like a reason like, how did the blockchain industry change our life? Because everything is obviously related to BTC. Like, I could have not buying Ethereum without Bitcoin. Of course, I had to buy Bitcoin. Did that change my life? Ethereum changed my life, not Bitcoin. But it's true. Like, I agree. So I could have not get Ethereum without Bitcoin. Fair enough.
So Stefano, I mean, when you and I first started hanging out, I think we enjoyed each other's companies because basically we just used to argue about Bitcoin and Ethereum every time we met.
We still do, but that's okay.
I do miss those chats, actually. Maybe we should have a very quick one now. Look, you know, clearly so much of the other things that are happening in the blockchain space are just 1,000 times more interesting. What we're doing with Axie, what we're doing in the gaming space in general, all the amazing DeFi tech happening on ETH. But you know, we've had Gary Gensler. We touched on this on our show yesterday. Look, very, very friendly guy to the blockchain space. He taught it at MIT for a number of years before taking the role. So for those of you that don't know, the SEC is effectively the body that is there to protect the interests of investors. They go after usually fairly big players. It's not actually a very particularly big team, which is very surprising, but they certainly are going after people in the crypto space. They've been doing that for a number of years. Stefano, Bitcoin and Ethereum have been through the US courts. They've both been declared commodities. They're taxed as such. There is no worries about them being declared securities and therefore being attempted to shut down. How are you taking those comments over the last few days out of Gary Gensler's mouth? Are you concerned? He's basically said that pretty much most cryptos are securities. Looks like they're going to go after exchanges first. I don't think it's imminent. Somebody's just posted in here that leverage trading's been shut down on Binance for people based in Hong Kong. That's just yet another cab off the rank and people trying to squeeze the life out of Binance. What are your thoughts on this? What can you tell us about regulation? And should people that are playing Axie be worried about any impending regulation?
No, I mean, like, this is no difference than what we mentioned so many times. Regulators goes after two things. One, the money. Unfortunately, there isn't like much to say on that. If an industry becomes like big enough, if there is like an interest on that, you can be 100% sure that there's going to be like laws in place, because obviously like the governments want to take their slice of the cake. And the second thing is, and I know that it sounds very crazy, but protection, because, you know, we have been in the space for a long time. We're obviously like talking and interacting with people that are being in the space in one way or another. But let's not forget that, you know, financial knowledge, or, you know, studying or reading a book, or like, you know, going deep on understanding things is not really a common thing. And you know, society, and we mentioned this, society works in a way where like the speed on which society works is the slowest one. It's not the fastest one. If you're fast and your best friend is slow, everybody goes adjust to your best friend's speed, not to yours. And so, you know, regulation are in place for things like that. I have to say that what I'm starting to see like from the US, no, I'm sorry for Jazzy, to be honest, because for specific passports, but I'm actually
Yeah, me
very,
too.
very happy that I don't own a US passport.
Yes, for sure.
It's, you know, normally like for Binance, Hong Kong, or Cayman, like blah blah, all of that stuff, will Axie be banned and so on. Like, let's be honest, that's not gonna happen. Like, there, it's more likely to get a taxation than actually like a ban on something like that. But looking at the way in which like the US is approaching this and like it's going about it, I am starting being a bit worried. I'm quite on the line on this, because it's one of those things where like you see the regulation on one side, and, you know, there was that storyline of like the clear energy, like the mining and this and that, and it was like, okay, that they're doing that to take down China. Cool story. China banned Bitcoin or cryptos. Okay, cool, for the 50 millionth time. Okay, cool, then the US now have a shot. This was it. This was the US moment to bring crypto, to bring it on the next level. And instead, it seems that not only there it's going to be a missed opportunity, but it's going to be a nightmare for US citizens to actually like deal with all of this in the future. So it's not really nice.
Yeah,
The
I mean, I
fall,
said
fall of an
on,
empire, man. Fall of an empire. Time for the new guard.
so guys, I said on the show yesterday that I'm, you know, we had that situation with DMG, which was a project we reviewed, and not long after it got yanked, they got a letter from the SEC, and bang, they were gone. The token price went to zero, or pretty much zero. I'm really weary about holding tokens that are from teams based out of the US. Is that a concern for you guys if you're going to make an investment in something and you see it as a US team? Do you typically stay away from it? I personally do. I hate to say that. That's terrible, but I do.
Yeah.
You're the same?
I mean, you know me. I mentioned so many times, I don't even use centralized exchanges or anything like that. For me, it's really like one of those things that I need to be sure that, you know, I can do things in my own way, with no controls, with no checks, with nothing in place, DeFi or, you know, all of this. But not because of like, because that's the argument every single time. Oh, that's because you're doing something illegal or because you have something to hide. No, it's called my own business. And I have the right of doing my own business without having the word, knowing what I do. When I cook dinner, I don't go on the street shouting to the world what I've cooked. Why? Because it's my dinner, like, with all the respect.
Yeah. Well, that word "my" you use, I mean, that's the biggie for me. And, you know, maybe the answer I gave about how does BTC change your life. Look, it's a mindset, and it really applies to all of crypto. If you look at the four of us hosting this show, we're four different nationalities, we're in four different countries. We trade crypto with each other in our business affairs. We're talking to people from multiple countries here today in this chat. Now, for me, that's beautiful. I think the way the world is heading at the moment, with so much uncertainty, you can end up with wars when things get really shitty. The wars never happen when people are trading, where there's a mutual benefit. And I think what we're seeing with crypto, and our community is a wonderful example of this. We're trading with people all over the world using crypto. It's permissionless. It's unconfiscatable. That's the future I want to be a part of, and it's great to be doing this. It's what I'm passionate about. Bitcoin, in many ways, is possibly the best asset right now for that, just from that uncensorable, unconfiscatable point of view. To what degree would you put Ethereum in that category, Stefano? Is there any way that if the US just decided, okay, no, we've changed our minds, we want to clamp down on this, is it decentralized enough that it couldn't be shut down? We know why Bitcoin can't be shut down. Is that the case with Ethereum?
See, that was one conversation that I had with a couple of hedge funds from Europe. So with POW, no. As of today, I think that it's already proven multiple times that the hash power of POW is, it's going to be the same of Bitcoin. Can you
could shut it down like state level? I mean, if somebody wanted to literally throw billions of dollars at it to 51% attack it, you could. It would just cost you a fuck ton of money. So if the Chinese government or the US government just put a huge amount of resources, but then again, you just hard fork it at that point, and
correct,
you're away again. So they've wasted all their money. Everyone just moves to another chain.
That is one, and the other one is like obviously the analogy works in the same way with the POS. Instead of having like a facility with a tons of like mining rig and everything, you're just gonna have like an insane amount of nodes. And the US government can totally print as much money they want on that side. So in theory, they could do that if they want. They could take over the POS network. But is it really worth? Like, again, like looking at the government, like, and especially like the US government going in that approach where they want to tax everything. They want to literally be ensured that like, oh, you're Jesse, are you moving $10? Give me one or give me two.
Yeah.
Like, oh, now you're moving them again. Give me another two. Oh, wait, you're moving another one because you missed a transaction. It's okay. The price change of 5 cents. Give me two. So, that is an approach that I see a government adopting. It's way easier to take a slice of a cake, to be like absolutely unfriendly, let's put it like that, among like these type of things, than actually going and trying to like ban and block all of these type of things. Also, there is the fact that like the US government is, is a little bit different than like what it used to be in the 20s, like forbidding alcohol and all of that stuff. I don't think that they're going to go like straight into that approach. We did have the example of like DMG. Yes, it's true. We did have the example of like some other companies that have done like tokens that they've been like labeled as securities. However, I must say that some people were not surprised about the fact that some tokens got labeled as securities. It doesn't take a genius to figuring out if something is a security or not. BTC.
What did you tell the hedge funds about ETH?
I told them that I think that, in my opinion, everything is possible. If a government wants to take it down, that potentially could happen. But, taking down today does not mean that it's going to be taken down tomorrow. Is really a government going to start a war against like a technology to like trying to ban that? And then you're going to fork it. And they're going to do that again. Because, again, it's the US government. They can print as much money as they want and perpetually. Jordan, please go ahead.
The Americans always do that. They did that with electricity, right? They got rid of Tesla's technology and went with DC so that they could sell the infrastructure. They did that with nuclear technology, buried thorium technology, and went with plutonium because plutonium could be used in war at the same time, right? So now China's saying, fuck you, and they've gone ahead with thorium, right? And they're going to provide power to everybody with these cheap nuclear reactors. I actually wanted to ask you guys what you thought about this. Like, what if a mine just says, fuck it, we'll buy a nuclear reactor and power a Bitcoin mine, and the power just goes way down the cost consumption, right? Does that drop the price of Bitcoin if everybody switches to like super cheap, like unlimited power?
Yeah, I'm more worried on the security part of that, but like security safely measurements of that.
Thorium?
No, of the nuclear reactor, to be
No.
honest.
No, but thorium is safer than plutonium, right? And but the reason that the Americans didn't propagate that technology was because they couldn't use the plutonium, depleted uranium and all that stuff in war. So it's just interesting to see how like the US is notorious for that, like blocking a technology, like because for their like economic gain.
And that's exactly the point. Like between like forbidding that in a way of having like nobody can touch it and just like, you know, regulate it and trying to control it, but controlling the way that like, you know, they can tax everything that is going to be done in and out. I think that they're going to play that side of the story because, you know, money.
Prohibition all over again, right?
Ori Jones, where are you from? I just saw a comment about a government and a $5 salary there. I'm wondering what country that is. I see Jazzy's just commented she tried to open a bank account and said they were crypto profits, and she was told no in the Philippines.
Don't open a bank account, Jazzy. Don't do it. We'll show you some DeFi protocols that will get you way better rates for sure.
We are getting to
a
point
with
where
the DeFi protocol.
I don't think we're too far away. I mean, look, the two worlds are on a collision course. You know, there's certain parts of the blockchain sector with permission blockchains that are already working, but it's these open blockchains, which is really what we're all interested in. That's the battlefront, the decentralized blockchains. You know, that's what we're all about on this channel. So, you know, it's going to be a roller coaster of a ride, people, and you know we're really happy that so many of you, I think, are becoming more interested in learning a bit more. I know most of you are Axie players here, play to earners, etc. But yeah, I think it's, you know, please take the time and watch our content and ask us questions now. That's what this Friday show is about. You know, you can really get ahead here. I'm not talking about taking speculative investments, but just understanding what the options are and what is out there for you. That's, you know, the innovation really comes about because it solves problems. That's what proper innovation is. And there is great stuff happening in the crypto space. Now we're going to get to the NCG giveaway very, very shortly, people. But maybe Stefano, if you could just do a very quick summation of where I think most of the people watching know, but for those that don't, what is happening with Nine Chronicles over the next 2 weeks?
So on the 10th of August, so in 4 days from now, the Miso, which is the IDO on Sushi, will be launched, which means that people are going to be able to participate in the IDO if they wish to. And the total supply is going to be 2 million Nine Chronicles gold that is going to be like put inside the IDO. And it's going to be open for 1 week. It's an auction style system where basically like anybody, doesn't matter when, who you are, how much money, and so on. Anybody can just like jump into that for the entire week. It's going to be 7 days. And at the end, on the 17th, all the money that are being like pledged inside the IDO contract are going to be like taken, calculated on against basically like the 2 millions. And that's when you're going to figuring out what is going to be the value of the Nine Chronicles gold. So ideally, in a super simple way, without having to do the math and so on, $140,000 equal to 7 cents. And that's the minimum amount required to consider the IDO successful. More than $140,000 means like that the price is going to go up, and so on and so on. If it's 200,000, it's going to be 10 cents. If it's 2 million, it's going to be $1. And I don't think we will see anything more. But if it happens, that's even better, I guess. Perhaps, I don't know. We'll see. Then we are having the 17th. And the 17th of August is actually like the real deal, like the real day. Because on the 17th, you have, number one, the Miso, the IDO is over, gets completed. Number two, the first pair on Sushi, which is Rep, Nine Chronicles Gold, Ethereum. So those two pairs are going to be open, which means that you're going to be allowed to trade and exchange your Nine Chronicles Gold into Ethereum. Only pair available. So it's only going to be on Ethereum. There is nothing else on that. Number 3, which is also super important one, the bridge. So very similar to Axie, to anybody that is using Ronin, obviously, that is transferring AXS or SLP from Ronin to Ethereum to then like send them to Binance or using Uniswap to cash them out and so on. In this case, same thing. You have your 9 Chronicles gold in game. You go to your portal and you use the bridge. You deposit your 9 Chronicles gold into a contract. You receive in return wrap 9 Chronicles gold, which are an ERC20, so they run on Ethereum, and they're perfectly pegged 101. Same thing when you're using like Ethereum and wrap Ethereum, basically. They're all pegged 101. From there, you can use your wrap 9 Chronicles gold, go on Sushi, convert that into Ethereum, and, you know, trade and do whatever you want.
Okay, fantastic. So as we've mentioned during the week, we've got a number of prizes of NCG. First prize is 2,000 tokens. Then we're giving 1,000 to 2 people, 500 to 4 people. So they're the main prizes. The other prizes, which equates to another 43 people, are going to go to the people that commented underneath the tweet that we put out for this competition. So you've all won something there, all those people in that tweet. So we will get in touch with
Congratulations.
Congratulations, people. Now, obviously, we want to reward our community, but we also want you to check out the game. We fully understand that for many of you, you don't have a laptop, and that's just not possible. So we're not going to make it a scenario of you've got to be playing the game to win at this point. The mobile version, when are we looking at that, Stefano? That's end of the year.
End of the year, maybe Q1 in 1 year time. We don't know. We don't know.
Yeah. Okay. Very good. Okay. So those main prizes are coming up very shortly, but mathematics, did you have a team you wanted to give away today also? An Axie team?
Yeah, I mean, I should. Yeah, they wouldn't be ready yet, but I theoretically could if we're going to give a team, I could. Yeah.
Anyone in particular? I'm just looking at some of these people here. Let us know in the comments now if you, because I know a lot of you here already have teams, but those that don't, now's your time to let us know. I'll help you pick someone, Jesse, because I do look at who's following all the content.
I've been seeing people comment quite a lot as well. If someone tells me that they would like a team and they're in this chat and they don't have one yet, and there's someone who talks to us a lot and contributes, I'd be love to give that to them.
Who wants a team with Jesse? Put your hand up right now.
I see no hands.
Joseph is asking for one. Ori Jones says, I like more mathematics. I'm not sure if that means you haven't got a team, Ori.
So there's
Taha Salama.
Hey, Tahar is from the Sir Hoddle chat.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a good guy. Actually,
Okay.
tried to get him an Axie scholarship a lot earlier on, but it didn't work out.
Maybe he's your man. Oh, he's saying, hey, Jesse, I call. Oh, he was calling you Buffon. Right.
Oh, he was the one calling me Buffon.
Yeah, I think that's the guy. Surely.
So I said, what?
So
This guy's
good.
coming in, he's calling you a buffoon? It's like, that's not nice. Jeez, buddy.
I'm not making your mind up for you, mate. You pick whoever you like, but
Yeah, sure. Why not? Okay, that can be a guy. Buffon, man.
Buffon. There you go. I'm sure you meant it as a compliment, obviously.
I mean, Buffon is a great goalie, and he's not necessarily a bad-looking dude.
This is true. This is true. Okay, so let's work backwards here. We'll start off with the 4 winners for 500 NCG.
Hey, by the way, between us all, that's 267 scholars. It's pretty good. All right.
Yeah. I think we'll break 300 very, very soon. So I want to give the first 500 NCG to Sia, who is quite possibly the most engaged person in this community outside of Jazzy. But Sia, we hugely appreciate you as part of this community. So congratulations, 500 NCG to you.
All right. Happy Friday.
Yeah. And
Score.
the other one, and people might get a little pissed off with me here because I just gave him an Axie Infinity team. But this guy, Tupe, I'm not sure how we say it.
Yeah, you're just going nuts with this guy, aren't you?
Well, there's just a whole heap of people that have joined the community lately saying that he told them to come along, which is just fantastic. So
I need
500 NCG to you, sir.
Woo.
You're having a good day. And my third one, I'll let you guys pick one. The other person I'm just seeing constantly in the content is Zandra Kate Alvarez.
Yeah, Zandra Kate, you deserve some.
Yeah, she got a good question there. That was the SLP question and some other
Yeah,
stuff.
Zandra, you're a superstar. Great to have you in the community.
Zandra, you get some for sure.
And your name begins with X.
Okay.
Who doesn't like a name beginning with an X?
Yeah, absolutely. They're all pretty good ones, aren't they? Okay, so we've got one more 500. Mr. Gonzo, do you want to pick somebody?
From the chat.
Well, yeah. I mean, and you've seen the people that have been in the content recently. If you haven't, I can do it.
Wow, it's going overboard. Congrats. 66. Everybody happy. Go for it, Sean. Pick someone.
Okay. A new arrival who is pretty much there on the daily, Alexis Domingo.
Nice.
Right. So we're going up a gear here, people. We've got two people that we're going to give 1,000 Nine Chronicles to. Now, this could be worth a hell of a lot of money shortly. So
I see we had I did the contest there for who guessed what was coming up next with the big announcement. And Stapice, I think it's a an Eastern European name, but she won. She's in the chat there. Congratulations. Yeah. She guessed that the bridge was coming. So that was cool. She's in the chat. Hi. Hello. Congrats. Big winners everywhere.
Yeah. Next for me then is Christian Braza. Dude, I see you commenting on absolutely everything. I think you will watch every video, every tweet. So I appreciate you as part of the community, mate.
Sorry, I think that's
congratulations, 1,000 NCG.
Wow. She's been trying to get a scholarship for a while.
We'll see if you stick with it, you get something.
Exactly. We see you.
Jesse, I see you're always over our videos looking at who's there and replying to people. So how about you pick somebody for 1,000 NCG?
Okay.
Or we could go back to one of your mystery questions.
What size underwear do I wear?
Jesse's waiting for a drum roll. We've got some great names in this community. Rocket Valentino, that's got to be the winner of the best name.
Well, he won some NCG already. I know he mentioned that. That is a good name, though. Rocket Valentino.
Hey, hit the like button, people, for those of you that haven't yet. And and once again, thank you so much for the support of the YouTube channel. We are attempting to get on multiple platforms. But yeah, obviously YouTube is our biggest window to the world. So we really do appreciate your support.
I still want to know who is that person that always put the dislike. I am genuinely.
I assumed it was you.
No, I didn't do anything. Like, I'm a good person. If I have an issue, I say that directly. I don't go around putting like down fans here and there.
I think it's somebody from my old BSV days that probably still come back to troll.
Wait, aren't they busy like trying to solve their issues now that they're being hacked like 20,000 times already?
Let's not antagonize that community, please.
I'm not antagonizing. What did I say? Didn't they add a 51 attack like last week?
Yeah.
Fuck BSV. Sorry.
No, see, Jordan is more outspoken. I'm just like reporting facts.
Well, it's a fact. What I said.
Right, Jesse, you're thinking long and hard there. Are you going back and checking the old videos and tweets, are you?
I don't know. I just I hate doing this. I really do.
Jesse, think about the lives you're going to change, because it's great. In the last week, we've had like 3 scholars all post like, look, we got a house, like literally. Tisoy is building a house. We've got Loritz, he's building a house. Who else? Spaghetti, he bought a house with a car. So it's like, it's okay, man. It's a little bit of hardship right now to pick, but it's going to help someone.
Right. Okay.
Stefano was shaking his head.
Yeah, I don't approve what you just say.
You don't think that we're changing lives?
No, I think that we are. I just like I don't approve
The names.
So the names and talking about these things live.
Oh. Okay.
Too late.
Random scholars of all doing really, really, really good.
There you go. Much better.
Doxed.
Come on.
No, but you make a very valid point. I mean, does it have? Can it be someone I just? I mean, you guys have really said all the ones that I've been really.
I think all the people in the
thing.
chat here have definitely. I know all these names from the week's videos and tweets. So you could literally pick anyone here. They've all done their bit.
How about did you give anything to that Ori Jones yet? The one that asked that said she's from Venezuela.
No.
Good one.
Okay, then let's choose her.
Winner.
Okay.
Winner.
Ori Jones.
Winner.
I know you're dealing with some shit out there, and hopefully this can help a bit.
Yeah. Hopefully the NCG token is worth a lot because you got 1,000 of them. Well done. Very good. Congratulations, Uri Jones. So
worst case scenario, you get a pizza.
Pizza?
Yeah, everyone likes pizza.
So what I'll do is the people in the tweet that are getting the one, I believe it's 100 NCG. I'll put a group on the Discord with all your names, and we'll get that out to you over the next few days. So we've got the big prize left, people. 2,000 NCG.
OMG.
Is David Stella in the chat?
He's gonna give it to his brother. What an idiot.
No, he didn't show up. Okay. Well,
hey, I'm on level 45, Stefano.
That's good.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Crafted a bit. It seems like the way to go is crafting items, but the crafting items is all fucked up because the price of the NCG, right? Nobody wants to buy
They
or sell.
already communicate that they're gonna lower that, so to not go too crazy on the crafting side.
Yeah, but I mean, like, just from like, I'm not smart enough to figure out how to make money without doing it, right? So now that I'm playing it, it seems like that seems to be the way. But yeah, like you said, the scale, like you can only buy yourself for 10. and that's $1. It seems a bit high, right? But that seems like you just keep crafting stuff.
It's gonna change a lot now that like
Oh, look at that.
The value
Look at
has
you
been
guys.
like skyrocketing, obviously.
Look at the new addition to the hard forking family.
Woohoo! Nice. Look at Rubicon. Look you.
Little. My name is Rubicon Mango, and I was just having a nap, and now I'm awake.
You ain't waking me up, little pitbull bully.
Hello,
Nice.
everybody.
So before we give away the main prize, Stefano, we do have a community fund of NCG. Can you just maybe tell the? I'm sure most of them know from the Discord, but maybe for people that don't,
Sure.
how that's working.
So there was a community fund, but then the Nine Chronicles token has increased so much in value that this is the final
We
video
bought a
that I'm having
plane.
on our forking, and I'm running away with all the funds.
Yeah.
End of the story. Here's your explanation. Goodbye. So the way that it works is that we have a pool of Nine Chronicles gold, and it used to be big. Now because we're doing this giveaway, it's going to be a tiny little bit smaller. And the way that it works is basically like we are giving that to people that are playing the game. So to people that are achieving specific results in game, like beating bosses or crafting items or selling items or picking up a nice name and stuff like that. And on top of that, because we know that obviously half of you don't have a PC to play the game, we're also using that for other initiatives. Like, for example, when a couple of weeks ago we've done the food and cooking competition, or the quiz on Twitter that Jordan has just like done on guessing the results and stuff like that. So we have this pool that in total, when it got created, it had 150,000 Nine Chronicles gold, and those are 100% over time going to be given to the community in one way or another. Today, we're obviously like giving away 10,000, the giveaway 250, 300 on the food competition, this and that. I think they were probably like, I don't know, going to be down with like 135 or something like that. But, considering that the Mesa is coming up, depending on how the Mesa is going to perform, that can be 6 digits or 5 digits, or if it goes very, very bad, 2 pizzas. We will see what's going to be the value on the 17th. But, I would say that like we can expect like maybe between 5 to 6 digits if we're very, very lucky, obviously.
Yeah. Okay. Very good.
Yep.
So basically jump into the Discord. I will put a group in there, NCG giveaway. And if you were one of the 43 that had commented under that giveaway tweet and video, you've got those tokens, people. And
Sorry,
as Stefano
Sean.
said,
1 second.
Yep.
Ruby and Remy. No, you do not. You do not in any possible way put pineapple on a pizza. You do not.
I agree.
Never.
you must be Kiwis.
Ever.
I think they are.
Ever.
Thank you.
Wait,
I'm with Stefano on
wasn't that the pineapple pizza invented in Canada? Jordan, wasn't that?
Yeah, maybe. Ham and pineapple, man. I love it. Some hot
Get
sauce.
Get out!
Fucking hot sauce. I don't like it how they do it here in Thailand, though. In
It
Thailand,
was
they put
invented by a
corn.
woman, that's for sure.
In Thailand, they put corn on top of it with the pineapple. It's like corn. Get that corn off here. Just ham and pineapple. That's the shit, man.
So listen, before
Hot sauce.
guys, before we do this main prize, I just want to say, obviously, I gave a team and some NCG away to 2P today. It's basically, there's just been a ton of people that have shown up in the community lately that have all said, yeah, 2P told me to come along. So, we're trying to grow this space. We're talking to a couple of very big gaming companies at the moment. So we really hope to keep bringing you lots of great games, offers, and helping you learn about the space. So help us grow this community. For me, that's what I'm looking out for. I'm still trying to find somebody that can come in and help with marketing as well. So if there is anyone out there with a solid social media background, please DM me in the Discord. Be a paid job. So hit us up. So now the last prize I actually I'd had somebody that was going to win that, and I don't know if he's still here. George, are you still here? I think he's gone.
Seriously, George?
Yeah.
Snooze, you lose.
Didn't he already get a scholarship? Like, 2
No.
months ago?
Yeah. He didn't use it. His computer broke. George, you've got 30 seconds to let me know that you're still here. And if you're not, sorry, buddy.
Yeah, suddenly everyone changed their name to George.
This is what happened last time. Exactly. I'm George. Oh, hey, George.
We're all George.
Hey, George.
Okay, yeah,
How's it going, George?
we're all George. Who's that guy? There is that guy. That's his big thing, isn't it? We're all George. You watch him.
I don't think that George is in the chat.
George isn't here. Sorry, George. I really hope he doesn't watch the replay of this.
You know,
I think George is gone.
George is gone. Okay, well, then that's thrown a bit of a spanner in the works there, people. So we now, on the spot, need to figure out who's going to win the main prize.
well, the main prize, Jesus.
Yeah, this is the biggie, 2000 NCG.
Damn, son.
10 more seconds for George, but yeah, I think he's gone.
It's a
was
lot of
here,
NCG.
He was here at the start. So, okay, guys. Now, I would be very, very confident in saying that all the names I'm seeing here had certainly done what we had laid down in the rules. So I think we can come up with something fun to pick the winner. I kind of like what we've done previously with the best question. Would you, the three of you, agree that that's how we can decide this?
Well, that could be. Although you said if most of these people in the chat are the ones who followed all the rules, I mean, you could also just do a random lottery as well.
I think
That way,
it's going to take quite a bit of time to set up.
is really like pick a number. I know how to set that up right now.
Stefano, it would take quite a while to set that up, wouldn't it?
Well, because I need to have all the entrants.
Yeah, no, we can't do that, Jesse. Okay, should we go with best question, people?
Sure.
Yeah. Right. 2000 NCG people to the best question. Let's go.
So someone's going to ask a really good question. What is your favorite color?
That'll probably do it at this stage. Joan's manifesting it to be picked. Well, give us a question, Joan.
Yeah, manifest a question.
Not so many questions coming in so far. There's lots of comments.
Guys, the way to win is to ask the absolute best question. I don't know how long our
That's a
time
good
frame is.
question. What's the next goal of the community? Mr. Gonzo?
The next goal of the community. You mean our play to earn community or a specific hard forking in general? I think specifically with hard forking and scholarships and stuff, we want to build out our tournaments that we were talking about. There's all kinds of grants, and stuff that Axie has going, and there's all these resources. And we need to create more content about our community. The gentleman, our man, he got a scholarship, I think 3 weeks ago, and he did an interesting review on YouTube where he said, I made $200 in 2 weeks, and he referenced hard forking, which is kind of neat. He got a scholarship. Is Axie a scam? It's like, no, it's not. These guys are great. Jesse's cracking up over there. What's going on?
Oh, sorry. I was laughing at this guy, Rick, who his question was, what does Johnny keep looking back at? I don't know why that's funny. Yeah, because it got me so happy doing that.
It's wind chime.
Exactly.
Seems like a ghost.
Coming to get you.
Exactly.
He's just scared. Oh, it's awesome.
She's coming back at any moment. She's going to pull me off the stream.
Well, that was a good answer to a good question. There's been some other ones as well. When do we choose and how do we choose? What is the big? Someone said, "What happens if the U.S. dollar crashes?" People are saying, "Sean, are you dyeing your hair? And if so, what is the color?"
Ruby and Remy have asked, why did Nugget have a fight with Richard Hart, and how was walking an Olympic sport? Two quite quite different questions.
Nugget turned out to be a scammer, just like the rest of the influencers. He got over leveraged and he needed a loan, basically. And Richard outed him when he came on his stream and he just said stupid shit and didn't have a constructive argument.
He's like, "You can't sell Hex. Can you give me some Hex?"
Hopefully, Richard's not a scammer. What the hell's going on with Pulse Chain?
Yeah.
When do you get your tokens? Do you know?
When do I get my 1000X?
In about a month or two.
I'm interested to see how that goes.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Not really worried about it. So there's been some other interesting questions. I like the one about Johnny looking back. I like the one about Sean dyeing his hair.
Dyeing my hair?
Yeah, it said, "Sean, are you dyeing your hair? And if so, what is the color?"
No, I just had a haircut today. I'm
I'm
waiting
dyeing
to go
my
fully
hair gray.
It's called blue light. It's called blue
My
light.
hair is dyeing itself, unfortunately, people.
I mean, it's the actual term dyeing.
It's oh, fuck you. Fuck you and your bouffon.
Guys, are we just gonna? Who's the
Yeah,
best
we're
gem hunter between you guys?
Best what?
Best what?
Gem hunter.
It used to be Mr. Gonzo, but
Gonzo was the
he's all about
shitcoin
Axie
slinger.
now, nothing else.
Yeah, I just stopped because I found a gem to spend my time on instead of looking for the next thing.
Thank you, Rocket Valentino. It is a good natural color. You're damn right. I'm always tempted to give you the prize. Okay. Ruby and Remy still slinging shit here. I love it. I think you guys are Kiwis, aren't you? Okay. Well, I think the only way to do this, guys, is the grand winner after we finish the stream. I think the best comment under this video could be an option
thing. What are you doing?
Well,
Sean?
we're not getting them. We're not getting them.
There was like 7 questions.
Do you see any good ones there worthy of 2000 NCG?
Oh, so now it's a matter of not only asking a question, but it has to be worthy. Okay, I didn't know that part of the.
Hey, there's a good
Best
question. Who's the owner of the fake hard forking page on Facebook?
Is there one?
Yeah. There's people scamming in our behalf.
Yeah, on that
Find them
note,
and destroy
people,
them.
there's a ton of scammy comments popping up under the YouTube videos as well. Look, it just goes without saying, where there's never going to be anything in there from us telling you to click a link or do something. You know, just don't do it. They're hard to stop. Yeah. I reported that, whoever that person or people are, to Facebook, but yeah, they're back.
So,
Gusa, Beard will be back in 2 weeks. See, it's already growing back. And then whoever it is, Ruby commenting that it looked like Gollum. Fuck you, motherfucker.
Jesus.
I'll grow the beard back and then you won't say I look like Gollum. And it's only when I look in profile.
Elder Gollum.
Yeah, exactly.
Elder Gollum. Well, so I'm confused now. What is the contribution of hard forking family in trading industry?
Trading industry. Well, we gave lots of Bitcoin back to Bybit in leverage. It's a good contribution, isn't it? How many,
We
Sean?
keep Bybit propped up.
Almost the whole Bitcoin?
Well, yeah, I think you and I we had a donation from them a long time ago, and I think we both lost it all.
On leverage? No way.
Yeah. Who's the barber of Captain Gonzo? Who does somebody shine that up for you, or do you do it all yourself?
This guy. You can't even go anywhere, man. I've been stuck in this apartment for a month now. You can't go anywhere. Get a haircut? Pff, yeah, right.
I think C is telling a joke. Why do pizzas circle?
To get back to Italy.
I hope it's good, Sia, because it could win.
I think that was just a question.
Question: honest opinion of crypto banter.
They stole our format and did it better than we did. More money.
Look, I don't like talking shit about other crypto YouTubers, so my thoughts are a big fat no comment.
Sorry, I commented.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he wasn't really. Yeah, but Jordan, that was like it was nice to them.
They change their narrative way too often, people. So yeah, I mean, they've got a very big following. It's a slick production. That guy used to be the host of a crypto show on CNBC, so he's very, very well media trained. It's a big production. There's some good stuff on there, but look, you got to make your own calls on who you listen to. My attitude on most of these guys is you only got to watch them for a month to figure out that you probably shouldn't be watching them. That's not necessarily that channel in particular I'm talking about, but yeah.
So guys, I think the truth is that so far Sean, Stefano, and Jordan and myself have not been blown away by any of your questions yet. Is that the case, guys?
Pretty much. I think we roll it over to the best comment below this video once we're done, and we'll announce that on the Tuesday gaming show.
Nice.
Makes sense.
All right, so that gives everyone here a chance to post the best comment they can. Think about it.
Do it.
Yep. Absolutely. So when we finish the stream, just comment below this video, and we will pick the best comment for the 2000 NCG. Obviously, it would be great if you could make it about gaming, what you're doing in the space, what you love, but entirely up to you. We'll the four of us
be creative.
The four of us will put our heads together, and on our show that we be published on Wednesday, the new gaming show that we do, we'll announce the main winner on that one, people. But in summary, look, it was great to give a Axie scholarship to Lady Grace. It just, getting great little videos like that are. The crypto space can be cold, brutal. So, it's nice building a community here with you all. And those little videos, getting to know everyone a bit better is the stuff I personally love. I know the other guys do as well. So keep that coming. We like to see a little bit of get up and go from you. And, we're here to educate and help. So, yep, that's the deal, people. I hope lots of people go away happy from the stream today. Anything else, Mr. Gonzo, you want to share with the audience?
It's all good, man. Everything's okay. Just doing payments this week. So all the scholars are excited about that.
You're still ramping up? You still got some more scholarships for people?
No, actually, there's a question in there about expanding further. I have 150 now, and I'm just kind of like, I want to get reorganized. I pushed really hard, and I was just new teams, and now I got like all these Axies kind of out of sorts, and I got to organize. And I'm working on the new breeding program for the scholars because everybody wants to breed, and so I'm trying to figure out a fair system where I'm not giving Axies away, but the scholars are getting something better than the market. And, we can graduate some scholars and they can all have their own teams. So it's just a 2-week thing where the waiting list is actually going to be a waiting list. So, but I think Sean and Jesse both have a couple more scholarships coming, but right now we're kind of at just a little holding pattern. But if you have a friend or a family that you refer highly, you can put them on the waiting list, and we'll work through the waiting list once we get some slots open up.
Speaking of which, Johnny, you said that the guy that I gave mine today, he was in your Sir Huddle group. Do you have you have his name again?
Tahar.
Tahar. Okay. Well, Tahar, you're gonna have to get a hold of me on Discord.
Yeah. Mathematics on Discord.
Tahar. I am mathematics on Discord.
Math.
Oh no! Just quickly, while we're talking about scholarships and discords, one of my scholars contacted Stefano the other day. He couldn't reach me. Look, guys, I am. Apologies if I occasionally do miss a message. I'll do my best to stay on top of that, but under no circumstances contact the other guys. If you're one of my scholars, you need to talk directly with me. I just want to make that super duper clear. Okay. And please don't apply for the prizes unless you're over 18 as well. It can get us in a lot of trouble. Okay, people, we're going to wrap it up today, but any final thoughts or comments, things you want to let the community know, Stefano?
No, all good.
All good?
Yeah, quite a lot of things. Buying a bunch of NFTs lately, but all good.
Nice one. All right, guys. Thanks so much for your time today. And thank you all for joining us. I think there's only about 70 of you here, 70 of you that will actually know to comment below. So the odds of you maybe winning a second prize, I hope it goes to somebody that hasn't won, will probably, in fact, it's going to go to someone that hasn't won. So there's only about 60 of you that will be eligible. So 2000, write a great comment below. Make sure you like this video and tune into the gaming show that I do with Stefano and Jordan. We'll post that either Tuesday night or Wednesday morning, and we'll announce the 2K winner on that show. So listen, lots of love to all of you and your families. I hope you have a wonderful Friday night and a great weekend. Thanks to my co-hosts, and we'll catch you all back here very, very soon. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you very much.